Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again in the World of Tanks Garage. Today, we are platooned up with our friend, and we are going to be running dual E4s. I love this tank. Absolutely love it. You guys have seen me play this tank multiple times. It's one of my most favorite tanks in my garage. It's just a fun overall tank to play. Even funner when there's two of us. So we're going to take this big American beast out and see what kind of trouble we can get into today. So let's go ahead and jump into a match, shall we? All right, guys. So let's see. We got ourselves a mouse, an E5, a 57, and WT off E100, an E3 and 4. Not too bad. Not too bad. So with that being said, we're going to dip over here. We're going to take a look at this hill. Oh, excuse me. And see what we can see. The only problem that I face with this tank is I don't got a huge amount of gun depression. So on a map where I'm going like this, I should be staying more at range. But I've always liked this tank due to the fact that even though it's a tank destroyer, I still almost play it like a heavy. It's just I love to get into the face of people with this tank. Because one of two things happen. Either they see you and they panic, or you can just smash them. So if you make your presence known in a corner and you see another tank, like say an IS-7 or something, they're more likely to back off because they don't want to get hit so hard with it. So, and I do have some armor that I can deflect around, but it's not the best. I see the E4 and I really want to get a shot on him, but I'm already detected, and I didn't like that. So I was like, I don't know. So it makes me feel uncomfortable about going up there. So then I see it's a Patton that's possibly seeing me, or the CDC. So I'm not too concerned once I spot that. So I decide I'm going to try to peek this again because I see the mouse is in the open too. And I'd like to try to get a shot on this mouse. So I'm going to take a shot from one of these guys to try to get a shot onto this mouse. And it bounces. So I took a round, unfortunately, but I was really trying to get a shot into that mouse. They put it right in the side of my turret, which is, I mean, a good play on their part. I mean, they know where to shoot me when I'm turned like that. So this time I'm going to go up here, and I've had just about enough of this CDC. So I'm like, go ahead, poke your head up one more time. One more time. See ya. Thanks for playing. So now I don't have to worry about the CDC, but I've taken too many shots from people over there, so I'm kind of nervous if I should go back up there. I see my platoon mate's got eyes on stuff, but he's not seeing anything, so I decided to take one more peek up here and see what we can come up with. I'm detected again. So I'm going to put a shot into this E75, and now I'm tracked, and I'm getting shot. So I've had enough. This 57's on to me. I'm half health. I'm just like, you know what? I can't make this fight anymore. I can't go up there and be detected that easily every time. So I've got to reposition. This is a point that you've got to realize playing World of Tanks. You cannot get bottlenecked and tunnel visioned on one tank. And that at this particular point, I was starting to do that. I was starting to get tunnel vision on going up there and trying to kill those tanks up on that hill. And that 57 chewed me up. He bounced a shot and chewed me up once. I took some rounds. Now I'm half health, and we're only at 12 minutes into this game. There's a lot of fight left. So I needed to like pull out of there. So if I can give you some advice, never get tunnel visioned on tanks. Because if you do get that tunnel vision going, you'll be stuck on a tank just thinking, I'm going to kill this tank. I'm going to kill this tank. And what ends up happening is you will die. Or you will take massive damage. You'll take massive module damage. You'll get ammo racked, something that will take you out of the fight. So I spot this charioteer, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to get this guy hit. And I left him with a sliver of health. But I hit him pretty hard. And I was hoping he would stay lit up. But that E75 ran out there and got himself killed. He was bound and determined to try to push across that field, which I am not going to do. So I'm the only guy on this left side that's going to be able to hold this off. So I'm just going to have to dig in because our whole team is on the other side. So it's just me over here. So I'm just trying to stay set still, see if I can see something, see if I can detect anything. I decided to fall back just a little bit, just due to the fact that I'd like to try to catch him in the open. I would like for them to kind of come across there like they're going to push, and for me to catch them in the open. And instead of being on that hill where I was going to be detected and then easily hit a couple of times before I could get backed off. So I drop down here in this little draw to try to stay behind this little bit of a hill. I'm going to pull over here. I'm going to let my binocs set and see if anything pushes. Now, my platoon mate, I've kind of let him know that, hey, I'm the only guy over here. And he's kind of trying to watch me from the mid there, and he's trying to get shots on those guys onto that right-hand side. So I'm just going to kind of dig in here and hold on. As you can see, I continue to look at the map because I'm like trying to predict how the game's going to play. Because if you can actually look at this map and understand where everything is on the map, then you'll have more of an idea. Now I'm starting to get worried because those guys have pushed so hard that we're losing a ton of tanks over there. And I wish they would stop trying to just kill that mouse. They're doing exactly what I said. They're getting tunnel visioned on one tank, and they're trying to kill it. And it's causing our team to lose. We're down in tanks. They need to say, okay, I need to stop playing this fight. But they're still over there. They're still trying to go after it. There's like a couple like medium tanks trying to kill a mouse, which is not a wise decision. That's not a fight that they should even be picking. Now, I do know that this charioteer's out here, and I'm waiting to see if he ever pops up, and I just do not see him. Now, all of a sudden, I see the CDC pop up. So now I know that there's a CDC and a charioteer out there. Now I see the 57 heavy. There's the charioteer. Do I have a shot on him? I do. He's off the board. So now I know that the 57's over here and the CDC, which I believe was in a party or a platoon with that guy. So I see the 57's making an aggressive play. My teammate's coming over to help, and I told him, I said, don't get too aggressive there. I said, let's see if we can just like try to get the CDC or something off the board. I'd hate for that 57 to really lay into him and put a lot of shots into him, because we've got to dig in here to actually get this game kind of back. So at this point, I'm just trying to get this lit up, and the CDC makes a shot on me, which just bewildered me that he was able to make that shot from where he was at. So the 57, he's deciding he's going to kind of creep around here. So my buddy, he bounces. He bounces, and I tell him, just back up, just back up. Let's just set. We've got a light tank trying to push our medium behind us. And so I'm trying to just get backed up a little bit more so I can draw this guy around this corner, because I don't want him to get spotted, let this 57 take a shot, or let the CDC take a shot, and then for us to get tracked by that CDC and then that 57 lay into us. So we're just trying to bait him a bit here. We're trying to back up a little bit and see if we can get into this fight a little bit here. I'm going to peek the hill a little bit, see if I can see him. He's there. Now I've let him know where I'm at. I see the WT off, though, coming around there as well. So I'm really kind of concerned by that. We're kind of getting a little too much reinforcements over here, so I'm like kind of worried. Then the light tank comes out of nowhere, which is not a tank I need behind me. So I kind of get a lead shot on him, and I'll take him out. But now I'm reloading, so I'm in trouble, and the 57 knows that. So he comes around the corner. My buddy puts a shot. We're both reloading now. We're in trouble. So he puts one into him. He shoots me in the track somehow and gets a shot on me. Shoots my buddy again and puts one more into my track again, and now I'm almost dead. I tried everything to get up onto that hill, but neither one of us was loaded, so it really was a struggle for us. We had to sit there and take all those rounds. So I see the off, and he killed me. It was way too late. Now my poor platoon mate, he's pinched between two sets of tanks, and he's in trouble as well. He's doing everything he can. The off and everything is pushing around the corner with the 57, and then he's just going to get pinched here, right between all these tanks. He takes a shot, takes another shot, and he's dead. We just got pinched. Now, what I'm really disappointed by is that we sat here and watched these guys this whole round set over here in C2 and C3, pissing and moaning at this mouse. They have sat there the whole game trying to kill this mouse. which we could have used as some of their support over on this other side. The 7 finally sees that things have fallen, so he decides to come over and engage these guys. Thank God. But we needed their help sooner. Again, this goes back to what I was originally saying. If you find yourself in battle in these games, you're better off to not get bottlenecked on one position. Like, these guys have sat on this side of the map for almost over 10 minutes before this 7 finally chose to come over and help. Now, if you're looking at your map, you're going to be more focused on what's going on the overall battlefield. There were so many tanks over on this side that we were flooded completely on this side that me and my platoon mate got overrun on the other side. We were completely outnumbered. What I would have liked to have seen is that 7 to come over and help us out. I'm never one to ping the map for help because usually people just ignore it anyways. I would like them to be able to make the judgment call. I've run across this a couple times where I would love to see tank players make the judgment calls for themselves to say, okay, this side or this lane of the map is in trouble. I need to fall over and help them instead of me having to say something. So if I can give you a piece of advice, always watch your map. If you can predict what's going to happen on that big map on the battlefield, you're going to stand a better chance of winning the match because you can see where tanks are flooding or tanks are moving. I'm constantly, if you ever notice when I'm playing, I'm constantly in that map, and not only am I just like making that look to figure out where the lanes are at and what needs help, but I'm constantly counting the number of tanks. So like, if I would have looked at the map and seen all these guys over here and then seen their whole team lit up and their whole team was here, then it's no good for me to be on the other side of the map. I get that. That means nothing is going to come over there. So I always count the number of tanks that I spot. And then I know what I have and what I can and can't do on the battlefield. So in this situation, I felt like these guys were bottlenecked over here trying so hard to kill this mouse for so long that firepower could have been used in different ways to help support us on the left and in the middle. And then maybe they could have made a better push to get around behind this mouse, but they've stayed in front of it and tried to kill it and have spent almost 12 minutes trying to kill this mouse. And I look at it this way. A mouse to me is what it is known as a roadblock. That's all it is. It's a speed bump. And its job is to attract attention. And every time, if it can attract like 6 of your tanks focused on it, that's 6 tanks that's not in the fight. When I see a mouse, I try to ignore it. I try to ignore it and deal with everything else. Now, this is what was surprising. What was this off doing on this team? He comes around, he bounces. He bounces. He bounces. The 57 doesn't even shoot. He gets shot in the butt. I was like, what was this off doing? Literally, this off does not know where to shoot in IS-7 because he had that guy dead to rights and he bounced so many rounds. I think he probably could have took that 7 out and helped his 57 buddy, and they probably could have pulled this off. But thank God we pulled out the win. It was a touch and go there for a while. But like I said, if I can say anything about this match is always pay attention to your map. Always be evaluating the battlefield. So, but with that being said, we still did 3,200, almost 3,300. We only blocked 640 and assisted with 302. Let's look at the stats. What we were like third on the team. Yeah, we were third on the team. Our poor platoon mate, he didn't have as much luck. He kind of got himself pinched there and was kind of in trouble and missed a couple shots. But you know, one day I do good and the next day he does horrible. And the next day I do horrible. And the next day he does good. So we've learned to carry each other when need be. So, but we still had a decent game. We did die, which was kind of disappointing. I kind of felt like maybe that off shouldn't have hit me. I should have been able to deflect that round, but apparently he knew what he's doing. He shot me in the right place. So you can't win them all, but we won it. We still got the W, but I still had the repairs on my tank, but that happened. So with 3,300 in damage, you know, placed on the team where we did, I'll take it. A win's a win. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting new YouTube content and when we're live streaming. If you're not checking us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out, be part of the audience. If you're new to those channels, smash those follow buttons. So until next time, guys, I will be staring down the barrel of my tank at you on the battlefield. Thanks so much, guys, for checking out my video. If you enjoyed that video, hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe for future videos.